Small Town Murders is a podcast made by Faith Mock and Reese Sugg to highlight true crime cases that many don't know about. I got an inside view on their process from researching to logo building.
What originally got me into podcasting, well, I listened to a lot of true crime podcasts, so I think that kind of got me into it. And one day I was like, Reese, do you want to be my podcast host? And
Faith came up to me and asked me if I wanted to be a co-host to their small town crime podcast. And I said, why not? And I'll give it a shot. I had been listening to a lot of true crime podcasts for 2 or 3 years so far, so I thought I could do it too.
mainly what I do outside of school is a lot of research. So then we can get right in there and film our episode, and I can edit it and get it out into the world.
Outside of school, I will help Faith if she needs it, and I will watch videos on the case that we are doing that cycle and get a little bit of background information about the case so I can come into the podcast and know at least the bare minimum about stuff.
So to start a podcast, it usually takes 2 to 3 weeks, depending on the size of the case. Our first case took me about a month just because it was the first case and it was such a big case. But yeah, about 2 to 3 weeks. Mainly YouTube, since or Spotify, and I hear an interesting case that I haven't heard of. I bet a lot of people in the true crime community really haven't heard of it. So I'm like, hey, why not cover this? So I give Reese a couple options. I'm like, hey, we can do this or this. But I'm leaning towards this, and they're like, okay, we can do that case then. So,
Me and Faith have known each other since 7th grade in middle school when I first had moved to Alden. I made the logo by asking Faith for ideas of what kind of things that she would like to have in the logo, and I took all of the ideas that were given to me and just mashed it all up into one.
The next case is the teen boy who killed his brother over Halloween candy.